It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Pew, 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 pew.
Well, hello there guys, and welcome to the channel. How's everybody doing today? We have some more arena to do, so let's get to it. Already reached 12 million in this arena, but we need to keep going. Still have plenty. So I did get up a bit early, like, you know, as always, or recently. Haven't been sleeping too well, so if I woke up early and I did a bit of grinding here and there. What's up, K-Dog? Good morning to you. Let's get these Misty Nights. Exactly. What's up, Eric Nelson? That movie is so good. I assume you're talking about Batman movie, in which case, you know, cool. Good. I'll watch it too. Wowza, look at the time. What is the time? Ace? What's up, Q? It was the best 3 hours of your life. Interesting. That's a very high praise. I'm probably gonna go watch it in the movies, but can't go this weekend, unfortunately, because my girlfriend has to study a lot. So we'll see when I can sneak out. So let's just clap the Elsa. There we go, beautiful. One dead Elsa. What's up, Fire Escape Plan? How are you doing? So how the F do people do AW not die when Kingpin's banned? Died 4 times. Look at Ankit, he's one Kingpin type of pony. One trick pony. Or one trick Kingpin. I don't know how people do that yet. So far. Ooh, that's nasty. Luckily I glanced that. Okay, 8 Furies. All good. 8's good enough. Spam the chat with a hello. Please don't. Hey, what's up, JJ? How are you doing? Yeah, I did my first couple of fights. Didn't die yet. So I started the season officially with 2-0, so I haven't died yet. But I do have some interesting fights. I'm using also a champion for the first time in Alliance War, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not gonna say which one yet. What's up, Rob? How are you doing? How are you doing, Rob? Grandmaster, do I need turn off decks? Because no, you don't need turn off decks for Grandmaster. You do not need to turn off decks for Grandmaster at all. Because you can... The trick in... I have a guide how to fight Grandmaster. Maybe that can help you. If any of my mods can drop a Grandmaster guide link for you. But where I kind of explain each phase in, I think, reasonably well. If I may say so myself. But yeah, no. Grandmaster fight does not include turning off decks. It's more so... If you're speaking about the first phase, it's kind of going through specific 3-type rotations. With dashback intercepts, more or less. When you watch the guide, it's the very beginning of it. Then you're gonna understand it. It just might be my favorite movie of all time. Well, I'll see and I'll be the judge of that. Hey, what's up, Devastator? Good morning. All people in chat, good for all who are grinding for 6-star Medusa. Nice, well, best of luck to you. I'll figure out whether I will grind for 6-star Medusa on the weekend. So I'll see if I do. I might as well. I might grind for 6-star Medusa. I don't know. We'll see. What's up? Serve. Okay, K-Dog. Been busy a couple of days. Got my 5-star penny from Arena. Did Inhumans challenge today. That was rough. Just trying to chill now. Inhumans challenge might be rough, but... Oh no, yeah. Inhumans was quite rough. Starlord is more annoying. Even more annoying though. Just saying. Starlord was the worst one. Canadian was the easiest one. Come on, let's clap the cheeks out of this Archangel. There you go, perfect. I died to the easiest fight of my path because I was dashing back when she... Who is she? Who is she, Eric? Yeah, I know. I expect you to want me to grind for Medusa. I fully expect you to want me to grind for Medusa. Yeah. 7.4 is coming out in 23rd? Yes. Sigil Witch is not an easy fight. You should not underestimate Sigil Witch. I'm just going to say it flat out. Sigil Witch is notoriously dangerous fight where at any moment everything can go wrong because of how she gives you buffs and then fuels her own MD, how unblockable can proc at any time pretty much. So Sigil Witch is not an easy fight. She's a scary defender, in my opinion anyways. But yeah, Rob, Q sent a link to the Grandmaster guide. Hope that helps you. Hope that one helps you. Yeah, Sigil is definitely annoying to fight. 100%. It's not an easy fight. She's misleadingly hard fight, I'd say. Your motivation, Katie, to keep playing the game.
Shut up and take my money.
You guys are. For most part, at this point, you know. You people. Because I love hanging out with you. You guys are a part of my life now. Line? Okay, I'll check the line. Well, don't send me videos on stream. I'm not gonna be watching videos on stream. You can send me text, screenshots, talk, stuff like that, but I'm not going to be watching videos while everybody else waits for me. I'm sorry. No. I find it quite rude. But, you know, happens. Happens. What do you mean by you people? All of you. Weird. Deplorable. Make me proud. Did you see the US Senator call for assassination of Putin? Crazy tension that high? Well, I think everybody deep down hopes it would happen, you know? Well, not everybody. I believe that there are at least a handful of Russians who don't, but as far as the rest of the world is concerned, they might not say it out loud, but I do believe that majority of the humans on this planet right now, you know, hope it happens. Yeah, seems like Ankit has been relying too much on his rank 4 Kingpin recently. Well, let's hope that they don't ban Kingpin in more wars. It's kind of funny, because I have never seen Kingpin banned. Poor Ankit, they broke his little heart. They broke his little heart. Like only for the last 18 months. Aye, how time flies, doesn't it? Has it been 18 months since he got buffed though? I don't think it has been that long. I don't think it has been 18 months. I think it has been like 13, 14 months. Most. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Right, so. How are we gonna do this? I think this is fine. This will do. 9. My first one. Solo analysis, unsteady build up, unblockable. With AA and completely nuke the safeguard mini boss weapon X. Nice, good job, man. Archangel is an absolute beast in war. Like, Archangel is quite high up there on the possible ban list as well for champions, I think. Especially because he finishes fights out so quickly. He gives you a good advantage on the whole time tiebreaker thing as well. It's another kind of like big aspect of it. There we go. There we go. If it happens, they can point the finger to the West, and the Putin loyalist might be worse to Putin. Not saying I want him to live. Well, again, I'm not saying it's the smart thing. I'm not saying it's the best thing to do. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that what that senator said out loud, millions of people are thinking with their inside voices. You know what I mean? Obviously, everything surrounding it would matter a lot. Who did it, how it happened, and how the state propaganda would react, and what happens in Russia. So on and so forth. Very important to distinguish, you know, the things that are being said. Not saying, you know, you should wish for somebody else's demise. I'm not saying it's virtuous thing or it's the smartest thing or best thing how to sort this out. None of that. I will, however, comment on the fact that I do believe that, I don't know which senator said it, but highly doubt that he's alone in thinking that. Canadian probably by my next one I do. Canadian one's fun. Canadian one's also much faster. Canadian one's like twice as fast and half as expensive, if not even cheaper. Canadian one's very much more so doable, so to speak. They might have targeted Ankit specifically. Finished 632 to 636 in a single day. Herc handle, yeah, Herc is just a beast for blitzing out content. That's why he's so good, man. Of having America stop fucking around the world, provoking nations. Yeah, no, again, you know, there is a lot of sense in what Ankit is saying too. You know, by no means, once the dust settles, anybody is going to be like, any country is going to be the hero of the story. There is a lot of shared responsibility for the situation. It's easy to blame Russia, and obviously, you know, that is the, let's say, #1 on the worstest of worst people examples. But there's still a whole lot of blame and shame to go around. That includes Germany, USA, NATO, EU, Italy, plenty of other places in the world. Political talk and chill stream, pretty different. Yeah, we rather just, I mean, everybody's an expert these days, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Just gonna leave it there. But the world is tense right now, so I can completely understand why. People obviously have it on their minds. What's up, Brain? What's up, Drain? Ah, you changed it. I think yesterday you were still Brain, no? Maybe. Or were you always Drained? I don't know. But still, welcome, Drain. Rank 3 Horseman. AA is a god in one. Yeah, definitely. He's amazing. So, KT, good luck going for Misty as well. Also, thank you in the pre-fight tutorials. Much appreciated. You're welcome, Renegade. Now I will need to check out the synergy kind of classification that I can come up with. And we're going to be making some series on synergies. Got Venom Pool is 6-star. Is he good in the villain variant? Yeah, he should be. I'm quite sure he is. I didn't use him for villain variant because I didn't have him ranked back then. See, it's a new since it doesn't basketball expert. Well, again, yeah, everybody knew it. You know, you don't need to be American or anybody. Like, again, don't single out USA in that. Every single fucking motherfucking country knew that. You don't even need to be some sort of expert or politician to understand the fact that expanding NATO, something that Russia doesn't like. And there's absolutely no need to single out USA on that. Might as well say Germany, Italy, France, UK. You know, flip in Latvia. Oh, okay, that is unfair, Ankit. That is not real. You can't say Zelensky killed them, because that's just false. Zelensky wasn't in power. When did Zelensky come in power? So at this point, you're just being literally an asshat, Ankit. At this point, you're literally just being asshat. Because I can understand having, you know, firm stance, but at least get the shit fucking right. And you're using purposely provocative language just because you're angry or upset that somebody doesn't think like you do. Take a fucking timeout, Ankit. That's it. Take a bloody timeout. I can understand that you feel very passionate, but put that aside. On this stream, you're a moderator. Behave like one. That is purposely misleading and inflammatory statement. You know what? I'll help you unsend it, because that is just genuinely not true. In several levels. And it's more complex than that, and you know it. That is to say, obviously there is a lot of issues with Ukraine. And, you know, the conflict that they have had happening for 8 years. But no. That is purposely provocative language. New line, no videos, I promise. Okay, I'll check it out. So, 100% 7.2 a day after I rank 3 my King Groot. Nice. Well, you got that chorus then. You got that chorus finally. Well, now you're gonna have a new champion to wait for the catalyst, you know? Those tier 5 CCs come quicker and quicker. So, you know, you're not gonna have to wait as long as you did for this one. Which mod is next for a timeout? Well, that's Ankit is next for a timeout.
Eric Nelson, $2.
Oh, I need to get Eric Nelson's name up there as well. You need to get that name up there as well then. But yeah, bad Ankit. Bad Ankit. To the naughty corner. Getting Biden is such, I can't do anything about it. Oh. And people are losing focus as far as I'm concerned, you know. I think it's kind of nasty. No, let me put it this way. I personally would find it extremely distasteful if people use the current situation in Ukraine to do some sort of moral virtue signaling by themselves, or use it as an opportunity to smear their political opponents. I think, you know, there's a legitimate crisis in the world. And, you know, come on, cut your shit, at least for a day, is what I think. Whenever somebody says, you know, about like, this leader's too weak, stuff like that, he would do it, or the other way around when somebody brings up shit from years ago, trying to just dump on opposing parties, stuff like that, and just find all of it, absolutely kind of petty. So we got fight 124 bleeds. Yeah, sometimes the Archangel though, you know, if you don't get the RNG, then it can suck. How's your luck with cast and crew crystals? Absolutely none. I've gotten a couple of 5 stars, that's what I did. But yeah. I think today, let's just stick to MCOC. And today we should be getting the update information. At 4 PM UK time, 4 PM UK time, there's going to be the new Marvel video. So I do kind of expect there to be update info dropped, some info anyways. Shit. This evening, then we're gonna have some details of 7.4 and stuff like that, I think. And then probably either Sunday we get deep dives or Monday we get champion abilities and stuff. Not last night, put in a drop him off helicopter in the middle of Ukraine. That'd be cool. I think they did it in one movie though. I think I remember one movie where they did it, where they took basically a dictator and dropped him in the middle of protester kind of crowd, where they kicked the shit out of him till he died. I think there was a movie where they did it. Did my 6-star void yesterday and took him to rank 363. Well, there you go. Congratulations. Congratulations on your rank 3 void. He does need more 6 though. He does need more 6. What's up, Dr. Peg? Yeah, we're doing well. What's up, Growler? What's up, Growler? Also formed with Tech Tier 5 CC. I have no one to use it, not even on defense, so I'm gonna save it. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing wrong in saving some Tier 5 CCs. I have quite a few Tier 5 CCs saved. Absolutely no problem with saving Tier 5 CCs. In my opinion. Ooh, look at that. I got promise. and smack it up. Who are some of the first-time Grandmaster finishers? You mean the best ones, the best champions to use it? Aegon's typically like pretty much the best option, I think. Aegon, if you ramp him along the way, he's gonna be able to do that fight really well. Aside from Aegon, people use like Dr. Doom, Captain America Infinity War, Morningstar, but really you can use any champion for Grandmaster. If you really struggle with inverted controls, then you should have a champion that's immune to it, like Professor X, or now you can have Hulks with the Overseer Synergy or something like that, just to get through the reverse controls phase. For most part, people just went in with Aegon initially. Like, I did my first clear with Aegon. So did majority. My bad, I meant the Ukrainian government. Yeah, but the thing is, again, you can say Ukrainian government, but it has been changed. There was like a virtual coup in the country. So when people refer to Ukrainian government, it's important to distinguish which one was it. The one that was recently elected, or the one that was effectively pro-Putin, went back on their promises, caused massive riots, and did plenty of other shit. I'm not saying that this one is good. I'm saying the situation is far more complex, and you definitely cannot, you know, establish kind of like past sins on the current officials. In fact, some of the most prominent officials are extremely new to politics in Ukraine right now. So they had absolutely nothing to do with it. Like Zelensky 4 or 5 years ago was a fucking actor. Man of Kiev was a fucking world boxing champion. How, like, and you're trying to pretend that they kind of like went and did something. Again, you need to be careful with those things. There is a fucking big distinction right now. And also, on top of it, it's not like that entire conflict, you know, is one-sided. It's not like how, again, your characterization was just wildly misleading and objectively false. You made it sound like, you know, there's pretty much one guy who decided to kick, I don't know, off 14,000 people. Like, if you want anybody ever to listen to what you have to say, you need to be very careful not to say things like that. Because they're false, misleading, and, you know, effectively, even Russian propaganda is not as harsh as, you know, the statements that you just made. So, you, my friend, unfortunately, are what I would refer to as getting that Twitter illness. Expert on the world stage, eliminating nuance, and, you know, claiming absolutely outrageous things. If you wish to talk about it more in, like, private, 100%, anytime, you can message me. We can exchange notes, figure out where each of us stand. Maybe we can change each other's opinion. But meanwhile, especially, you know, publicly or on my streams, please don't do shit like that. I really don't like it. We're good friends, you know that. But I really fucking hate when people do things like that. You can have an opinion, but you don't need to purposely become misleading with it. But hey, what's up everybody else? Inside KT will time you out. Yeah, I probably will queue. It won't take much for me to time you out. New incursion crystals tomorrow. I hope there is some change. I really do, but I doubt it. Because they seem to have pretty much abandoned incursions. As far as I'm concerned, incursions was a huge waste of time. This is a huge waste of time. Incursions, waste of time. Incursions. I think Kabam treats it like a huge waste of time. In fact, I think incursions is like the single most unnecessary project in the history of MCOC. You know, very few people have frequently play it or benefit from it, and it clearly took a lot of coding and shit. Any first time running map 8? Is there a specific path you know well that you run? Yeah, I run 788, so I run path 7 in section 1, path 8 in section 2, and path 8 in section 3. The standard team typically is Hercules, King Groot, and then either Null or Cosmic Ghost Runner. I use King Groot Null or Cosmic Ghost Rider for Section 1. Section 2 and 3 can be done with King Groot or Hercules. That's who I use. It's 788. The first Iron Man. First time. Now, that was another movie. It was some sort of action movie where they did that, where they dropped the dictator in the crowd. But yeah, he did it in the first Iron Man too. Ghost, Guilty 99, Ultron, Warlock, all 3. No one else. Well, there's like plenty. There's like Nimrod, Silver Centurion. There's still lots of tech champions that, you know, you should try and get, I think. Hey, what's up, Devon? How are you doing? What's up, Slinger? Happy Friday. Yeah, indeed, it's actually Friday. Professor X have a damaging debuff? No, Professor X doesn't have a damaging debuff, but he does not need a damaging debuff in that that phase. And second thing is, I think his level 2 energy damage counts as a damaging debuff, if I'm not mistaken. So if anybody can test that or has tested it, I think against Grandmaster the energy damage things do count as damaging debuffs as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if his level 2 does count as a damaging debuff. Diablo was fantastic. I'm sure Diablo can be good too. Yes, why not? Guess who is 642? Well, I guess that's you, my friend. Very good job, Devansh. Very good job. Been quite busy recently, so I hear. Yeah, see? The burst damage from special 2 counts. Perfect. Awaken, but I'm hesitant to awaken him with generic. If it's a 5-star one, then I would. 5-star awakening gems come by quite often. Yeah, like Colossus party counts, yes. What are we discussing? Absolutely nothing. Stealthy duped versus Hawkeye and duped rank 2. If I had to pick, gun to my head, I'd pick dupe stealthy. But I'd wait. I'd wait till I dupe Hawkeye or find some other champion. There's plenty of other good skills. So I'd just wait on that one. Personally. What's up, Mermaid Man? How are you doing? Seems like, okay, so being an expert on that. No. Well, again, well, that's the difference. I know that I'm not expert and I know that I can be wrong, but I sure shit won't just believe everything like on face value. And, you know, words matter. The one thing that I know for a fact I'm quite decent with, it is the use of language and the purpose of language. I have spent a lot of time learning how to use my words. Granted, not in English. I learned it in Latvian and, you know, had to convert a lot of that. But I did spend many years debating, doing some public speaking, and just in general focused on the use of language. So I do know that. Indeed, do you know if Mango and Chavez need to be awakened for defense? I don't think they do. I'm not too sure. I don't think they do. I'm quite sure that they don't. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't hurt, but I'm sure that they also can be pains in the bum unduped. Guess what I get tomorrow? I don't know. Heading to sleep? Alright, see you later, Q. See you later. Go and pull body pill. Like playing Incursion and rewards, but the individual mode with better rewards? Well, Incursions could be so much more. Incursions could be so much more. They literally just had to add in some decent rewards to it and people would play it. Incursions is not a failed gaming experience. Even though it has its flaws, that's not the problem. The problem is it has never been worth really engaging Incursions in any kind of like meaningful way. You could see the difference that, 30 6-star 6 stones did that month when they had those solo objectives. 30 6-star 6 stones, and all of a sudden people were willing to rank up champions for Incursions just to have a better chance to get up top. People were sharing tactics, people were excited about Incursions, you know, people were pushing. And all of that difference came from meaningful rewards. And, you know, they could have changed that. They could have made Incursions as like some sort of decent alternative to Arena, for instance, or anything like that. That was my hope for Incursions. That instead of grinding mindless Arena with like, you know, very boring fights, you could play Incursions actively for a shorter amount of time and, you know, get the champion. I thought it would be very cool that, let's say, if you need to grind 3 Arena for 3 days flat out, then, for instance, you could play day and a half of Incursions, but, you know, you actually have to kind of like play it and get to higher rooms and get as many points as possible with each run, stuff like that. And you would get the champion instead. Imagine how cool would that be if you could decide that you can try and get the champion by grinding, or if you actually have time to kind of focus, pay attention, and play well, and actually, you know, play the game the best you can, you can get a champion in like full on like day and a half or a day and earn some battle chips or things. I don't know how awesome that would be. And just, I think Kabam was afraid to make a change or offer as alternative. And, you know, as an end result, incursion with no meaningful rewards is just a waste of time. Popped open and featured 6-star and got Cersei while I was aiming for Nimrod. What are your thoughts on her? She's kind of growing on me, actually. I have a rank 3 Cersei, rank her up for defense primarily, but she's kind of growing on me more and more. Does Hood work for the Hydra bot? I think he does. Should do. I'm quite sure he does. I haven't done that find with Hood, but he should do. When the AW compensation supposed to be out? Well, we got the AW compensation. I got it anyways. Act 6 ranks is Max. Max and Doom, which is better. I think it's probably Doom. Sorry, it's probably Magneto. Because you do single hit heavy attacks, you would never have to deal with that power gain anyways. And then it's up to you. I think both of those champions. That Thor Ragnarok fight can be done with anyone, really. The Thor Ragnarok fight can honestly be done with anyone. Oh, whoopsies. I'm going to bed. Well, good night, Eric. Good night. What did I get? I got 5,000 6-star shards and 50% TF5CC split into 2 crystals of 25%. Has anyone heard anything about Psychoman getting adjustment? No, Psychoman is getting adjustment. We will have the details of his buff, value buff, early next week, according to Kabamthel, I think. Early next week, we'll see Psychoman update details. So rank IT, Diablo or Sorcerer? 6.1, haven't done any variants. Well, I think the answer there is kind of, do you ever run Liquid Courage Double Edge? You know, that kind of changes the dynamic between those two champions. Based on your mastery, Suffocating is Hitmonkey a good champ for 6.3 cap? He's not the worst, but he's not the best either. It's doable, but it's definitely gonna take you some revives. And Sup Kabir Khan, how are you doing? Versions are nothing more than a massive chore at this point. It's not even that. It's not a chore that you have to do, you know, because the rewards of incursions are hardly worth kind of running for, so incursion's nothing than a massive waste of time. I mean, again, chore, you know, there's, I think, a significant portion of player base just don't do incursions, period. Not even once a month. Some people do it like once a month, but you know, again, for a game mode that big, because realistically incursions is like the only thing that we have gotten added since Alliance was. And you know, it completely failed in what it was meant to do, in my opinion. Feel deserve a bit more completing suspensory? No, you don't. Everybody got exactly what you got. You don't deserve jack shit. There, bunch. There you go. They release 6-star incursion crystal. Yeah, that would, you know, be good if they revamp the store. That'd be helpful. If there was actually useful items in that store. But they're not. Not at the moment anyways. Deadpool X-Force buff? At some point in future, but we don't know when. It was teased, but no timeline given for Deadpool X-Force buff. Quite like incursions, dealing big enough. I mean, I'm not saying incursions is completely failed user experience. I have had fun in incursions. But considering the time requirement, considering the amount of effort required, it's just not worth doing it, and majority of the people don't. Like, you know, enjoyment-wise, again, it's not perfect, but it has its upsides. Problem is that, you know, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Like, you're not ranking up champions for incursions, are you? Why you're not ranking up champions? Because it would be a waste of a rank up, because you don't really get anything back for those rank up materials if you rank something up specifically for incursions. Okay, there we go. I'm asking what items I'm asking what items? Well, I told you what items. I got 5,000 6-star shards and 50% TF5CC is what I got. Are you gonna do mags first? Yeah, I'm sure you can do fine with mags. You do get 6-star shots and 75cc. Why? It depends on the tier or something like that. It depends on what tier you play Alliance Wars in. Not Katie, Alliance. See you later, Harry. Hope you have a nice evening. Whom should I take to rank 2? Guillotine or Guardian? Which Guillotine? Are we talking Guillotine 99? Because there are 2. Or are you just asking me? Misty, Guillotine, and take Guardian, yeah? Need to be clear on that. They awakened or unawakened? Details, my friend. Details matter. Every single one of those details was vital piece of information for me to give even remotely decent answer to you. Yeah, but get me? Yeah, but the reward, Act 6 rewards need a buff. Well, it's not gonna happen. Act 6 rewards already got buffed, just so you know. Just so you know. Act 6 rewards already got buffed. No, arena isn't enjoyable. Much rather have arenas than incursions. Well, yeah. I mean, again, for what purpose? I think if there would be actual purpose to incursions, I think it'd be cool to try and earn a new champion, for instance, in incursions. Not all the time, maybe, but there's an option. I don't know. As a principle, like, I'd rather have more skill intense, roster intense grind in incursions than, you know, longer, mind numbing, boring crap in arena. If I could earn, let's say, the same rewards in short amount of time. Whom should I rank to? Guillotine 2099 or Guardian, both unawakened? You see, that's much better. And in that case, probably Guillotine, if you like her. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Guillotine, but Guillotine needs that awaken ability a lot less. So I'd probably go with Guillotine. Make it not cost as many shots for the crystals? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It feels like a really long time. So yeah, accumulate enough shots. I actually have like 88k shots, but yeah, definitely it takes too long to get them. Versions developers were 100% convinced it was the next big thing. They were, but you know. You know. Happens more often than you think. Just think about it. Some years ago, Google Glass was meant to be the next big thing. Do you see many people walking around with Google Glass? I don't. And that's Google who was convinced it's going to be the next big thing. Just saying. World's filled with so-called new next big things. Whom should I rank 2? Okay, answer that one. What act rewards are already buffed? Yeah, that's pretty much. Act 6 rewards have already been buffed. Fun fact for you. Do you think is the hardest boss in 6.4? The Grandmaster? I don't know. I think Cap is now one of the least open bosses. I'm not gonna say it's super hard, but I think 636 Captain America Infinity War, I think, is one of the bosses with fewest counters, I would say. Fighting wise, fight wise, I don't know. It's been a while since I did them. Incursions would be very good if they had less shitty rewards. Yeah, exactly. They already proved that point about incursions when they put those 36 stones. When they put those 36 stones in that solo objectives. For 1 month, everybody was interested in incursions. If you could make it to zone 20, you made it to zone 15 or something like that, you know? You wanted those 6 stones. So you did your best. Any idea on next side quest? Well, we're gonna find out later today. We're gonna find out later today. With Act 8. Well, we don't know when we're gonna have first rank 5. It's likely gonna be in the gifting event before Act 8 finishes. Is when we have our first rank 5 6 stars. Just saying. Just saying. Rank 5 6 stars are likely gonna come in the gifting event before Act 6 finishes. What's up, Dexter? How are you doing? Incursions will be, and there you go. I remember correctly, was there some rumors that this month will have some animation changes to a few champions? No, you don't remember correctly. There will be some animation changes to a few champions, but nowhere had it been said that it's going to be this month. Ella at rank 2? If you like using her, can you play her well? That's the question. Can you use her well? Do you like to use her? I can understand the appeal of ranking up Ella, that's fine, you do you. But majority of the people will never rank her because they will not want to use that playstyle. Know what I mean? 1 second, guys. I need to switch off the camera and microphone. Well, hello there back there, guys. That camp boss is a douche. He is indeed. He is indeed. Got compensation, didn't even raise ticket. Nice, nice, good job. Happy for you. I was ready for Google Glass lol. The rest of the world was like, nope. Yeah, I was kind of ready. I thought it's gonna be cool, you know. I believed them when they said it's gonna be the next big thing. I genuinely believed them. But nope. When do we get date for 7.4? We already have. It's 23rd of March. One CCP member made a boo-boo yesterday and uploaded a video early. I didn't get to see the video because he took it down quickly. But I did see on the thumbnail 23rd of March. So 23rd of March is when Act 6 is coming. Confirmed. Just realized that my story progressing was halted for months just because of that sinister boss. Now they have decent champs ranked up. Going like a breeze. Yeah, that sinister boss is a big roadblock for quite a few people. It used to be even bigger roadblock. That sinister boss is again already nerfed version of that fight. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing stopping them. Well, I mean, there is game economy, so to speak. You know, they don't want to give you opportunity to earn 36 tons if they can sell you 36 tons. Do you understand that? Very simple. The camp boss kind of sucks. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. The camp boss is one of those fights where you have to have a good counter. And even with the, let's say, solid counter, you probably can use a couple of revives. So I'd probably say that objectively now, aside from Grandmaster, the camp boss is hardest one. The Grandmaster boss with unblockable node. Why today I only took 2 revives? Nice. Good job, James. Look at that, everybody's progressing and pushing forward. What's up, Tom Cruise? Mr. Tom Cruise? What was Google Glass? You don't even know that. Jeez. Google it. Google it. There should be a ton of kind of funny, quirky videos. Google Glass was effectively augmented reality glass. You know, everybody thought it's going to be the next big thing. Today I was going to release the patch notes, so he was just 1 day earlier. Yeah. You know, yeah, you know, he just messed up. He uploaded 1 day early. That's it. Not a big deal. And when did Captain Pinty work? He could be cheesed with Ronan. Yeah, I cheesed him with Ronan as well. I cheesed him with Ronan. So for me, he was tremendously easy. It's like the easiest boss of them all. Like the easiest boss of them all. I unfortunately have issues not having gems, so I can worth using any 6 stones I have. Can't claim the 5 stones, and sorry to hear that, man. It's a peculiar problem to have, I'll say the least. I could definitely use a couple thousand 6 stones at this point. Do you remember Clear Cola? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. What would be the cutoff for 5-star Medusa? 6 million, I think, ish. Oh right, I need to use some of the boosts. I have these expiring in a couple of days. I have a ton in unclaimed, so I need to use some of the smaller boosts. I need to keep reminding myself. About these, but yeah. I have like a lot because when I was grinding for Captain America Sam Wilson, I popped a lot of Supreme Solar Crystals. Kitty is great counter? Yeah, I'm sure she is. Kitty is great counter for a ton of things. Saying hey, drop in line off the bed. Alright. Alrighty then. Hope you have a nice rest. And thank you. See you next time. Chill. Didn't have one any time, so use Starkey and Cap. Yeah, Starkey could solo that fight too. Could use some 1000 awakening gems. I think most of us could. You, Darkhawk. You. Darkhawk is like cooties. Sucks. Stay away from it. Okay, what's up, Accelerate? How are you doing? Oh, just noticed you there. And what's up, Ola? Everybody else, if I missed your name, my apologies. You are all welcome. Love seeing you here. Checking how reliable was Darkhawk region in Act 6. Well, there you go. Good on you. Still, you, Darkhawk. Build 6-star Cap Infinity War, who was into CGRs. I want to dupe my cap. I really want to dupe my cap. I'm kind of pissed off that my Cap Infinity War is still unduped. Kind of a bit pissed off about that. Right. Let's clap the Netball first. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Really want. Yes, really. Darkhawk sucks. Darkhawk is like the worst robot, isn't it? It's definitely worse than Sentinel, Nimrod, Nebula, Guillotine, Dragon Man, New Ultron. Okay, Labyrinth Ultron might be worse, but Labyrinth Ultron is just only exists as 5 stars, so we can not include him in the count. So I think Darkhawk is Darkhawk the worst robot? Okay. I mean, Darkhawk is a turd. Okay, he's not that bad, but because I know that you like Darkhawk so much, I like picking on Darkhawk. I think that makes perfect sense. Where is Robot? Oh, here we go. Yeah, actually, I definitely find both visions more useful Warlock, so I'd say aside from Labyrinth of Legends Ultron, who is not available as a 6-star, therefore he would not qualify in... Oh, that's a good video idea. All robots ranked. Ah, that's gonna be good. All robots ranked video. And then we're gonna be able to put Darkhawk down in the potty hole. I'm gonna be like, since not gonna include Labyrinth of Legends Ultron, it's not available as 6-star. It does look like Darkhawk is the worst robot in the game. You know, so we have Darkhawk. Then we have Dragonman, who I think is better than Darkhawk. Guilty in 2099, who I think is better than Darkhawk. Nebula, who I think is better than Darkhawk. Nimrod, who I think is better than Darkhawk. Sentinel, who I think is better than Darkhawk. You can ignore this one. Ultron, better.
GPD 99 cents.
Still better. Definitely better. Yeah. I think Darkhawk is virtually the worst robot in the game. And hey, what's up, Speed Up? How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Hope you're well. Is Misty a good champion? She's not what I would classify as good. I wouldn't say that she's awful, but I wouldn't say that she... I mean, good, maybe. Awesome or great or amazing. Doubtful. Maybe, but so far, I do think that she could have some potential uses with that ability to pretty much spend entire fight, you know, with guaranteed crits and unblockable. But yeah, no, I don't think she's that great. She has like one of the worst sig abilities in the game. She is like one of the worst. That sig ability is so bad. Sig ability is so useless. So peaceful in this stream, like you can ask something, be sure to get an answer. Other players are very crowded, it's only members of the channel who can chat. Well, I do try to chat with as many people as I can. Darkhawk slander, love it. Exactly. Darkhawk may not be the best robot, but he's the coolest looking. No, he's not. Darkhawk looks like a bootleg discount, you know, some sort of Transformer or Power Ranger. That's how Darkhawk looks like. Darkhawk, you know what Darkhawk is? Darkhawk is the toy that you got for Christmas if your mom didn't have enough money and had to buy some weird Chinese bootleg robot for you. And you wanted like a Transformer toy. That's what Darkhawk is. Darkhawk is quite literally the leftover parts stitched together made to look remotely similar to Power Rangers. You know how in Asia countries it's quite popular to have these kind of like JFCs and Chunk Donalds and Abibas and stuff like that? That's what Darkhawk is. You know, Gucci. So if Darkhawk went out and he bought himself some clothes, he would buy Gucci, Yikes, and Abibas. That's Darkhawk. Well, is it worship? Absolutely not. Write that down. Write one down. You better not put my below visions. Yeah, your boy is definitely below visions. Visions have about 95% better chance of getting ranked on my account than Darkhawk ever does. On hype for Mega Sentinel, but I can't wait for Captain Britain. Hey, you do you. You be hyped for whatever champions you want to be hyped. Don't let anybody tell you what to be hyped for. I'm personally, again, much more excited for Mega Sentinel, but, you know, we'll see. Maybe Captain Britain's good too. The evil smiling Kitty's face because we know he can ditch some 48 Darkhawk's face. Ah, how did you know that? How did you know? But yes, that was exactly what it was. Good job recognizing it, because that was exactly what it was. Without a chance Omega Sentinel is worse than Darkhawk, I don't think it's gonna happen. Especially because Omega Sentinel is already part of buff program. So if they do mess up with Omega Sentinel, they will probably buff it up later. Anyways, you know what I mean? I don't think she's gonna. Okay, he's gonna. I didn't do anything to Guillotine 2099. I left it out of it. Only 6-star. I can awaken. That would really have real benefits from higher sinks other than just being a Dorm, Hulkbuster, Morningstar, Nelson. No Nelson. Oh yeah. Yeah, that doesn't sound good, Ace. You really need some dupes, man. You really need some dupes. Carnage can't counter Spiders. I know he can't. But you know. Still like him. I'm not saying he's good. I'm just saying I like him. Damn, I want the yikes now. Oh. Balenciaga. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like I'm gonna have to skip Katie's robot wins. Oh, I was just gonna do the one. All MCOC robots ranked or something like that. I think make a reasonable video. What do you think? But then Darkhawk is likely to find himself on the bottom of that list. Oh. Darkhawk. Ooh, this could be interesting. Let's do it. I'm a bit sleepy again. Woke up at like before 5. Woke up before 5 AM today. Couldn't sleep again. But yeah, now I'm glad that we cleared this one out. Turns out the Darkhawk is literally pretty much the worst robot that's available at 6-star. Katie, whatever you're doing with that pre-fight videos these days, keep doing it. We need more. Ah, I'm glad you like him. Glad you like him. Why do you hate Darkhawk? I don't hate him. He's just a third. He could be so much better with a couple of simple changes. I actually quite like some of the things he does. What I hate is that he's an absolute third until you get to level 2 or level 3. That is what I hate. Let's get that clear, yeah? I think if he would have like a pre-fight ability where you could pick which mode you want to start in, it would be an amazing champion. That's it. That's all he needs. Looks like my infection's coming back after my antibiotic course, which not gonna be good for me. Which means that we can look forward to me being sickly and annoyed and whatnot. Happy days. What do you like about Darkhawk? I really like his stealth mode. And obviously he does have good damage in the null mode. But I really do like his stealth mode where opponent hardly gets power, you get a ton of power. There's a lot of uses. That's virtually like the main reason why Puncher 2099 is a good champion. But he's just too weak to be good. Only 17 out of 64 6-stars I have are awakened, so yeah. Yeah, you need some dupes, my man. You need some dupes. Knows maybe Omega Sentinel will have decent synergy? Maybe. Well, Darkhawk has a decent synergy if it only was a bit more decent. Like, Night Racer's synergy is very good. But again, if you start in the armor mode, then that synergy is a waste of time and effort. You know, if that synergy would only pick out of 2 good modes and, you know, don't give you an option of starting in armor mode, then he could potentially be a very good champion. But still, if you would have a pre-fight being able to choose which mode you start, then he'll be a very good champion. Finished 10th bonds, 3 months of freedom. 10th, well, I don't know exactly what it means, but congratulations on your 3 months of freedom. Congratulations on your 3 months of freedom. That sounds quite a-okay. Clap him up. Boom. Come on. Easy win. James, can't believe you never bought Moment to War. Oh, isn't that a bit evil comment to make, JJ? Isn't that a bit of an evil comment to make? Because if I'm not mistaken, I also struggle with cold and cough like almost completely. Yeah, I wish I would struggle with cough or cold. This is different. By the looks of it, because these antibiotics can't get rid of infection, I might need an operation. If it, you know, if the doctor doesn't come up with something else that we should try. Because these antibiotics, you know, they suppress it. Whilst I use them, I feel fine. My nose is fine. As soon as I stop using them, it all comes back. So it could be that I'm in for quite a lot of tests, trips to hospital, and possibly a surgery. So, you know, happy days. Happy, happy, happy days. Oh, JJ took my moment of defense, but just now, right? Just now. And Nathan enjoyed the... Yeah, exactly. Enjoy your time off. Darkhawk was decent until we knew what good robots looked like. That's true. That's true. No, shield mode is useless, man. Shield mode... When shield mode's active, he's crap. I mean, like, I'm not saying it doesn't have its purpose. Obviously, it can save you and stuff like that, but... Screw shield mode. Okay, okay, so I got 4 of these. All the points. So I need to get about, what, 50 million points for Misty? 5-star? Yeah, that's not gonna be hard. That's not gonna be too hard. Even without Liquid Courage Double Edge. Man, Arena sure feels so different without Liquid Courage Double Edge. It really does. Somebody say now, what it must get say duct soon? Yeah, well. If you say you struggle with, like, it really depends, like, what it is. And, you know, for me, I know it is a sinus infection. And I know the fact that, you know, antibiotics don't seem to be able to get rid of it. So... can be a million different things, you know, if you haven't checked the doctor yet. Almost all of them are harmless, so I shouldn't be too stressed out. But here we go. A nice clap of Iron Fist level 2. Sentinel Dragon Man rank 2. Either one of them awakened? Both of them awakened? But, you know, they're wildly different champions, though. I don't think it's kind of like... you know, wise to put them next to each other deciding to rank up. It depends what you need. It is felt sick when I hit this dash. Oh, shush, that was. If you must know, I have been feeling sick for half a year now with this infection. Wearing levels of it. You'll find when I take the antibiotics, when I stop taking them, I get fever and other crap. But it has been annoying me for really, really long time now. Wait, is the worst mechanic in the game? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. Not a big fan of it either, but I can understand its purpose. Half a year. Yes, it's been half a year now. Yeah, half a year. Now what I could use, either Herc or Kiryu could awaken both in the next 3 boss immediately. Well, you go get them then. What are you waiting for? You know where the Herc store is? Go and pick one right up. Running who also suffer from sinuses. For me it's very recent because I never had any issues with them. What's up, Simarath? How are you doing? Sentinel unawakened, how old run rank 2, Dragonman unduped. Sim Diablo. I know. I'd probably rank up Dragonman first. I think I'd rank up Dragonman first. It's up to you. Diablo or Dragonman? Diablo, I think. What's up, Fluffy? How are you doing? And remove If I had to remove a mechanic, which one would it be? Root? I don't want root in game. I know only Kraven has it, but it can go F itself. Rest I can deal with. Delete Domino. Okay, let's... You keep your shock immunity, little boy. I think that's one of the coolest things about Silver Centurion, that even when opponents are immune to shock or incinerate, he can still do his thing. I really like that. Oh my god, my nose started leaking again. Ah, hate that. Delete Korg. Were you talking about me? No, I wasn't. So, yeah, I'm sure Rapture Immune Champ is gonna come at some point. We don't have that immunity anywhere. Just like we don't have a Degen Immune Champ, do we? Like flat out, completely Degen Immune. We have forms of mitigate degeneration damage and stuff like that, but we don't have anybody that's degeneration immune. But I guess that's the point of degeneration. Right. Very well, let's clap him down. Look at that. We're at 16 and some million. So if I need to do some quick maths here in my head. I do want to get, obviously, as many points as I can as quickly as possible so I don't have to stress on the weekend. But I'm sure I'm good. I'll be fine. Question is how well I'll do in the other arenas. I'll probably not gonna get the 4 million in the Summoner Advancement one this time around. I also want CV. Why? Why do you want CV deleted? Know why people put Korg on the AW Mix Matter? He has so many encounters these days. Yeah, he does. And I haven't seen him in a really long time there in like tier 1 wars. I think it's a lot of people just being kind of lazy. Or maybe there's still plenty of people dying to him there. How goes it? Alright. Not complaining. Grinding a bit, slowly. I'm gonna get myself a 5-star Misty Knight. Makes sense, I will have a new debuff tracking. Yeah, but the tracking debuff is nothing special. It just bypasses miss. Maybe there's something else too, but primarily it's just like a miss counter. So we already have more potent debuffs for that. I know. Hey, what's up, Simurat? Oh, no, actually we don't have debuffs for that. That's the point. We have buffs that bypass miss. We don't have debuffs. It's kind of neat, I guess. Oh, really? Her potential big grade. Yeah, Silver Warrior might be quite good in Battlegrounds. Possibly. In one of the nodes, anyways. What do you think about Champ ID? Takes no damage on blocking. We already pretty much have that. Yeah, exactly. Horseman Gambit. And also, like, Cap has perfect parries. I know it's not all the blocks, but still. Super tanky, but yeah, you still have the Gambit. Takes no damage from any blocks. Stealthy debuff does not counter miss. That's a stealthy ability that counters miss. The stealthy places slow debuff. Slow debuff does not counter miss. Stealthy has an additional ability that lets him counter miss while slow is active. It's different. Is the new channel coming along? Actually, I need to get back to it a bit more. Not as quick as I had. Anyways, it's fine. It'll be fine. Just need to get in a bit different mindset to carry on there. Need to get in a bit different mindset. Oh yeah, Sentry apparently can do some of that too now. 100% perfect block chance in that Steadfast or something. Stop Kimbo Slice. How's the war going? I'm not sure how much I should comment on it right now. But let's just say it's active. You're gonna have to wait for a war video probably later today. Yeah, stealthy is not the best miss counter. I agree. Because yeah, the fact that you need to land 2 full combos for most part, you know, can be tricky. Or get like level 2. Let's wait for the video. Exactly. Very much about 7.4 official was. New title. Oh yeah. Well, I hope we have confirmation for that today. Could be. I hope we do. But they also could release 7.4 and announce the title like a month or 2 later. Because they kind of did that with Grandmaster title. Well, the Thronebreaker title, didn't they? Because, you know, I remember when I, you know, finished 6.4, I didn't get the title. The title got announced later, like a month or 2. New tier equals new tiers in July 4 deals. Well, different July 4 deals, but yeah, probably. Hey, what's up, IS Gaming? How are you doing? How are you doing? Right, clap down that electro. Not a big problem. Man, Beast is a champion who could be deleted from this game and I probably wouldn't notice for quite a while. So Beast is definitely not a beast in MCOC. It is going to be rank 4 needed, I think. But yeah, what's up, Steven? Welcome to the stream. Well, you never know what Kabam's gonna do. You never know what Kabam's gonna do. But, you know, it is weird that Act 7 has no titles associated to it. I hope there's a new title, even if I don't meet the requirements. Just having something to plan towards would be appreciated. I mean, I'm sure the requirements are going to be the complete Act 7 and have a rank 4 6-star. I'm just not sure whether they're going to release that title now or a bit later, like they did with Grandmasters. Who knows? Lady Captain Infinity 6200, a good option for rank 4. I think it's fairly cool. I'm not sure if I would do it, but it's definitely not an awful option. What do you think about Omega Sentinel? Oh, I like the character. You know, I voted for her, I campaigned for her, I wanted her to be added. I think she's cool. But as far as her as champion goes, we know very, very little still. So I don't have any, you know, opinion of whether she's going to be good or bad or how her abilities are going to be. But I'm happy she's coming to the game because I wanted her added for quite a while. Odin good for rank 7 when HP are big? I would not know. I don't use Odin. Boom! Stupid discount Batman. You have found Beast interesting in comics? Yeah, Beast definitely is quite, you know, important characters in comics. Katie allows his 6-star already know it. Yeah, exactly. Don't have one. But, you know, it's okay. Got plenty of other champions. So far, yeah, you didn't forget. You're just trying to be mean. But, you know, if that's the best you can do, you know, then you still classify as harmless child, which I'm okay with. It's okay. You know, Devansh need to remind us of his age and maturity level every now and then. It's perfectly fine. And you wonder why nobody takes you seriously. Again, I'm sure I'm gonna eventually get that Odin anyways. It'd be funny if by the time I get Odin, I am kind of over it and I decide not to rank him anyways. It has happened plenty of times in past like that. Alright, see you later, Yash. Hope you have a nice day. Jesus Christ. We know you're 18. You know you're 18. It's one of those ages that's extremely insufferable. You still act like you're 12 large amount of time. But at the same time you have a bit more confidence and bravado and you claim to be a man. It's genuinely one of those ages that deserves to be legally whooped. Head kind of grows fast. Whose head grows fast? Do I watch anime? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. You know, not like super actively, but I have seen quite a few. Not in every country, James. You know, you forget that, again, not every place in the world is America. Like where I grew up in, if you chatted shit and somebody whooped your ass, nobody would give it really a second look. If you went to complain to the cops, there's a good chance that cops would whoop your ass again. You know, if they found out how it really happened. At least in smaller towns. At least in smaller towns. You know, where I was growing up. There legitimately were plenty of cases where, you know, guys talking shit. Somebody like beats the crap out of them. Police arrives. And then police gives a couple more smacks to the guy who got already beat up for chatting crap. And just drives away. You know, they're not gonna waste their time on a guy who deserved the ass whooping. So again, you're just putting the standard of America or your experience to the entire planet. Like that one's from India, so I can 100% guarantee you that, you know, it's probably more similar to my growing up experience in terms of law enforcement and what they prosecute and what they're not than yours. Grandma certified ass whooper. I think everybody is grandma certified ass whooper. So you mean an overconfident idiot? Yes, that's exactly what I mean, Devansh. Slinger, I remember 18, that was young fun time. Young, dumb, and full of it. Yeah, exactly. I remember when I was 18 too. I can't believe that people listen to my, you know, misguided brain. That was the worst part. I was confident and I knew how to sound well, so I could convince, you know, legitimate adults in their 30s and 40s to do things that, you know, I thought needed to be done. I can't believe that anybody listened to me. Genuinely can't believe that anybody listened to those things. But they did. All right. You know, such is life. Let's clap it up a bit. Man, Psycho, this is like legitimately longer than Act 7 fights that I have had. If I really come to Asia, what do you mean, childbirth? It's called mentoring in India. There you go. Let's say that doesn't sound too bad. I know a lot of shit talkers that could have gotten a good ass whooping. Yeah, I you know, that aspect of our law enforcement, I didn't particularly mind, and I still don't. You know, I didn't view it as a horrible thing. It genuinely, you know, helped a lot of people not to get in trouble where they didn't do anything wrong aside from stand up for themselves or, you know. So I can understand that it can't be like that in every country and stuff like that, but that was my experience growing up, and I didn't think it's, you know, a horrible thing. If you're gonna beat me, then I'm gonna call the police to beat me. Kind of. What do you think about Havoc? I like Havoc. I think it's underrated. What's up, France? Psycho Man will hopefully be amazing in just a couple of days. We'll see about that. I have my doubts, but we'll see about it. All I cared back then was getting laid. Yeah, getting to parties and getting laid. Those are like two priorities. Those were the days. You know, there were certain good aspects about them, but because I have changed myself, you know, I don't necessarily think that I miss them. Because I don't like myself from that time. I look back at myself and I don't like myself. I want to beat the shit out of myself. It's a little shit. Horrible human. And, you know, I'm perfectly happy that that's not me anymore. Simon finding that suicide the horror. I know. It hurt. It did. I wanted to say, like, that fight lasted, what, 2 level 2s and some? I had shorter Act 7 fights. Much shorter Act 7 fights. Yeah, my 6000 unfortunately and duped. It'd be ironic if Psycho Man becomes so good I give him a Tech Awakening gem. Is the new update gonna fix the bugs and glitches? Hopefully some, but probably no. Probably no. I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet on it personally. Nowadays, these kids at 18, they know everything. Well done. Well, then again, you say nowadays, you know. I thought I know everything when I was 18. You know, there's no need to kind of like forget that about ourselves. I thought that I was much smart. There was somebody who said this thing about, you know, there was this uncle, grandpa type of figure for me. That said it about women, but it definitely goes also about 18-year-old shitheads that, you know, they are smarter than you think, but not as smart as they think they are. And that, you know, perfectly describes teenagers. You know, a lot of people think teenagers are idiots. They're not. They have misguided interests and skewed priorities, but they're not idiots. They know exactly how to, you know, manipulate, steal, cheat, lie, sneak around and, you know, get what they want. But they're not as smart as they think they are. And, you know, the same thing went for us, you know. The only difference is that when we were 18, you know, we were a lot more careful about exposing ourselves to the world. We didn't have as much to do in terms of, you know, Twitter, Facebook and stuff like that. Not every stupid idea that we got in our heads got posted on Twitter. You know, if all my horrible, awful, insensitive, you know, discriminatory, all kind of ist jokes from when I was 16, 17 and 18 would be on Twitter, you know, I'd be cancelled 90 times over. It's just fact, you know. I remember when I was in like high school, a specific talent game that we played, so to speak. That game kind of devolved from debate exercises, where when we were, you know, going to debates, we were practicing to do logic chains, as in like we had to take two completely seemingly unrelated topics and connect them, you know, with fewer steps the better. So let's say I know, a Big Mac price and, you know, your local McDonald's with that and that politician, something like that. And then you need to figure out what that politician does and which kind of decisions he can affect and how it can affect price and economy and how it can relate food production and or taxes. And you could choose whichever route you want to go, but basically had to connect Big Mac price with some politician or something like that. In the globe, it could be any country pretty much. Obviously a lot of it is bullshit, but it still stimulated a lot of thinking, kind of like breaking down step by step things. And then, you know, in school, when we were just having fun, we played the same game. It just we had to connect any given thing to something dirty, as in we need to connect any given thing to something dirty is like a very vague term, but to, let's say, let's just say type of sex. And, you know, we used to do that, you know, and that's us, that's me when I was 16. If that's posted, like, on Twitter and stuff like that, I'd have, like, I don't know, hordes of very sensitive people extremely upset with me. So, again, but yeah, I'm glad that I'm not that guy anymore. Yeah, of course, I'm sure you're wrestling. So, your opinion on the game right now? I like how I made a plethora of videos explaining my opinion on the game right now. I think the game is in crossroads. I honestly think the game is in a couple bad decisions away from losing me as a player and content creator, or at least, you know, having me step back. But I do think that there is a huge amount of promise with Battlegrounds, and I think it could, you know, be the revival of the game as well. So a lot of horrible tendencies in regards of importance of spending in this game and amount of resource you can earn without spending, but we'll see. We'll see about that. Retract all you want, Katie. I still see it. Yeah, I can still see it all. Good idea. Let's check out what I'm talking about, James. Can't see him. What's the thing? Hey, you could see some positive things for teens. All of those are negatives. Well, the thing is that teenagers are horrible human beings. Objectively, you know, they're extremely cruel. The only good thing about teenagers is that they are yet to be broken down by life. The only good about teenagers is that they still dream and they still have energy and they're still enthusiastic. You know, that the life still hasn't kind of broken them in. But other than that, by any kind of reasonable quantification of whether you're a bad or a good human being, majority of teenagers are horrible humans. Some of the worst things humans do to each other, those are the teenagers that do them. You know, that the ways they bully each other, or the ways they specifically go out of their way to harm other teenagers just because they're not cool or not wealthy enough or don't look right and stuff like that. Teenagers genuinely, you know, are some of the most unethical human beings. Because when they are kids, when you're at the age of a child, you're much more kind of like naive, harmless and innocent, and your mind just doesn't wander in kind of like bad directions. When you're a teenager, you have largely discovered some of the, let's say, darker aspects of life. And kids are cruel too, but I think it's worse with teenagers because they have more knowledge, more ability to do things, and they're harder to control. They have more autonomy. They have, like, just in general, kind of like more knowledge, and they still haven't spent pretty much any time working on themselves as humans. I genuinely believe that teenagers, as an age group, you know, not to single you out on anybody else, but as an age group, I think teenagers are the biggest piece of shit that exists. Compared, you know, let's say, you know, 0 to 10, or like 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to, I don't know, 13 to 18, and then 19 to like 25, stuff like that. If you split the population in any age group kind of categories that you want, then I genuinely say that teenagers are by far the worst ones. The ones that do most fucked up things. Hating, I was terrible back then in the way. Yeah. 4 nights a week playing at beach bars, totally full of myself. I was horrible as well, like, I was absolutely horrible. The worst thing about me was because I was smart, and I could get away with everything in regards of school. My mother always went to work really, really early, and dad was never home. So I could go to school pretty much whenever I want. I went to party 3, 4, 5 nights out a week, normally. And because I was clever, I still had good grades. Teachers liked me, they covered for me, they rarely checked my homework. In most of the classes, I could get away with pretty much anything on missing the classes. I knew the principal and principal's assistant, so they helped me out with a lot of shit. And my neighbor was police investigator for underage criminal cases, so she saved me a bunch of times. And yeah, no, you know, again, the more I think about myself as a teenager, the less I like myself. I'm very happy that I'm not that person anymore. But I understand that I wasn't fully become a person yet. I was clever, I was confident, I liked to party, and I was definitely an asshole. The smartest thing that I did as a teenager is I was very socially active. I took part in debates, political youth organizations, stuff like that. So I got to attend a lot of huge events and big parties outside of my town. I got to travel the entire country for free, meet a crap ton of people, and even outside of the country, basically for free. There were often kind of like periods of time that for 6 months in a row, I don't spend a single weekend home, that every weekend I either go to a debate tournament or some competition or some event with my political party's youth organization or some sporting event or sporting competition. And, you know, I was very, very active in that way. But because I didn't spend much of my weekends home, I always ended up partying whenever. Kids are idiots. Teenagers nowadays are no longer considered as kids. They're way more mature for their age. Well, that is a problem as well. I do think that... I understand that I might not be the person to judge that, but I do think that we are genuinely hurting young people and the way their brain develops by allowing themselves the subject to all of the shit that people do online and all the worst parts of humanity. I think kids today are getting exposed to very harsh life lessons due to internet very early on their age. And there's like, you know, many things that I wouldn't have even conceived of having to address when I was 10 or 11. Kids have to deal with as a routine today. I do think we're hurting our kids. I think kids, you know, have never been more emotionally damaged. There's like, you know, depression rates are going up, and you know, teenage suicide rates are going up and stuff like that, because I do think that young people are not ready to deal with a lot of things. We as grown up people struggle to take a lot of those things in, and if we ask somebody who, you know, is still only growing and developing to deal with those same things, that it's only natural that they can't. So I do think that young people are suffering today. I do think that young people are suffering badly because of us, because of internet, because of social media. Generational bad parenting, okay, T, in our eyes, but this is nothing new. Of course, I understand it's nothing new, but I do think it's getting worse. Because I do think when we were growing up, you know, for all of our faults, at least we were killing ourselves as frequently. And I do think that we, for all of our parents' faults and everything else, at least we were taught some values, like, you know, winning matters, just like playing by the rules, but not everybody gets participation trophy. We were taught that some are better at some things than others, And that's important to find the thing that you're good at. We were not taught that, you know, as long as you try. You know, my school system sure shit did not try to protect me from getting hurt. My school system and my parents try to make sure that I'm able to get back up and deal when I get hurt. Because everybody inevitably fucks up, gets hurt, gets in trouble. But today people are just trying to focus on these bubbles and safe spaces and not to get offended and not to make kids feel uncomfortable and stuff like that. And it's wrong. I think it's wrong. Alright. So I do think, yes, of course, every generation has that thing, you know, back in my day kind of shit. But I also do think that, you know, stats don't lie. 20 years ago or 15 years ago when I was growing up, nowhere near as many teenagers were trying to off themselves because they were cyberbullied. Or, you know, they were bullied at school, or they got into politics and it turns out that politics is a big pile of dog shit and they couldn't deal with it. Stuff like, you know what I mean? It is generational, but we as humanity are not necessarily any happier than we were 30 years ago. And in certain demographics, we are significantly less happy. That is a problem, regardless what you say. For the record, I agree with you. These days are brutal and have zero respect. Yeah, and I think, you know, again, large part of... I understand that it's, again, always been like that, or back in my day and stuff like that. But I can look at myself and think that, you know, I was a fucking dickhead, you know? I don't think people have that anymore. I don't think people will do that anymore. Because personal responsibility, for instance, seems to be a relatively distant term. It's like, when I was growing up, like, a lesson from my parents was that, you know, it's okay to be a victim, but it's not okay to be weak about it and then, you know, stay and feel sorry for yourself all the time. Somebody bullied, somebody beat you up, you know, it's fine. Fight back the best you can. Become stronger. It's not that my parents didn't focus on, oh my god, somebody hit you, let's go get them expelled and shit like that. They wanted to know, obviously, who it was, but in general, it was like, don't let them do that to you. That was the attitude. Don't let them. Be stronger, be better. And, you know, sometimes it's unfair. Sometimes it puts pressure on kids. And I remember I felt pressured when I learned to stand up to bullies. There was a lot of that kind of like, I don't want to, you know, feel like a pussy. I don't want to be, I don't know, considered to be girly or weak. And I had a lot of kind of self-convincing to do. But guess what? Eventually, and that still helped me to, for instance, stand up to my childhood bullies. And I learned to do that. And that was one of the most important things in my life. Not that, you know, oh my god, somebody touched you. You know, let's get them expelled. That should never happen. Guess what? When you finish school, it fucking will happen. It probably will happen in the school again. So, you know. Again, everybody has their own opinions. You know. But in my worldview, we are right now hurting and screwing up younger people. And it's our fault. The influencer, and of course they are most easily influential bunch. True. True. Global nowadays is only trash talk. I don't even know. I don't even go there. Hey, what's up, you ancient mama? You're 100% right about kids, teens being the worst when it comes to how they treat people. Now social media, there's nowhere to hide from it anymore. Comes right into your home. Yeah, you know, that's exactly what I mean. You know, somebody who's 35, if they are well-adjusted human, is much less likely to kind of like actively try and cyberbully someone and, you know, name call them and try and get their friends to gang up on someone, stuff like that, you know? Because, you know, you're not that vindictive anymore. you have made your share amount of mistakes. Somebody's done it to you. You know how it feels. You can address it more. And besides, you have like more stuff to do, more problems to deal with yourself, and less energy to dedicate for the most part. Things like that. Obviously, there are psychos at any age range, but yeah. What happened to sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Yeah, that definitely is not a thing. Names apparently hurt very much. Names apparently hurt very, very much these days. I'm well-adjusted 35-year-old. Thank you, Katie. You're very welcome, KJ. I'm glad you're well-adjusted. I'm glad you're doing well. Look at that. Closing in on 20 million. I didn't think I'm gonna get this guy here. Like, look at that. I'm surprising myself. Most. Yeah, exactly, most. Obviously. You should never try and talk with absolutes, because there are always exceptions. There are fucking, 70-year-old grandmas that, can be a cyberbully. Never say never, so to speak. That's another thing that you learn quite quickly. Is like, you should never speak in absolutes. There are exceptions to almost every rule. Thorax done. Nice. Congrats, man. Congratulations. Come on, let's clap that Hulk. Let's clap that Hulk. But, 70-year-old bully grandma, that's Karen's mom, probably. In which case, you immediately sympathize more with Karen. Because if that's her mom, then, how the hell did you expect her to grow up normal? Granny on a computer while Cyberpunk plays. In the background, also she's bullying kids. Yeah, I can promise you that kind of granny exists somewhere. And as time moves on, there will be more and more of them. How do you think what those Karens are going to do when they get 70 plus? Let's say they're 50 now. They clearly know how to use like social media and film and tweet and, put videos online when they go outside. So they clearly have the knowledge on how to use the technology. Right? They clearly have the knowledge. So when they're going to be 70, they're going to be less mobile. You're not going to see them outside making huge commotions, in supermarkets, stuff like that, because they're going to go less outside. But, they'll probably be on Twitter till the day they die. Chatting shit. Quite frequently to kids. Very well put. Why, thank you, Slinger. Well, let's beat up that Scarlet Witch. Come on. There we go. Doctor Strange, you once were so good. Whatever happened to you, Doctor? Oh, it's sad. It's sad to look at Stephen Strange right now in this game. It is sad. Kind of like a shell of his former self. The shell of his former self. Depressing. But I'm nearly done with all my 6 stars. You guys know what that means, though. The stream is nearly over. But we're gonna open some bottle chips before we finish. Gonna get some bottle chips opened. He got shafted divorced from 12.0 for sure. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And the worst thing is, he's like also the one champion that would have absolutely no problem reverting to his original state. And he wouldn't likely be even like, you know, top tier champion. You know what I mean? I doubt that he would be like super important champion even if they reverted him to his normal state. Maybe he would, but I doubt it. Hey, what's up, MCOC Golden Gun? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. In this fine Friday morning. Game and Ranny being most toxic COD player? Probably. That'd be good though. But, you know, those will be grandpas. I don't think, you know, grannies will play COD. Grannies will be on social media and so. Grandpas are gonna be the ones that play COD. See Doctor Strange buff? Yes, I think everybody's been waiting for Doctor Strange buff for like 4 years. Everybody's been waiting for that buff for a really, really long time. I still don't understand how they went a year buffing champions. Several champions buffed every month, and they didn't buff OG Cap, Superior Iron Man, Groot, Cap America. How? Doctor Strange would revert it. Yeah, I think primarily he would be used for AW defense. The power gain was significantly more powerful, yes. The power gain was quite potent. Absolutely correct. But even for AW defense, there would be good ways how to counter it, you know? Look at that UC not being able to do jack in damage. Come on, just filling them with swear words no one knows the meaning of. Alright. Right, I was thinking the same. Thinkety. You don't buff any of them. Yeah, it's just silly. It's quite crazy if you think about it. Those are the champions that we wanted buffed from day one once the buff program was announced. Scarlet Witch, though, I don't think should be reverted. I don't think Scarlet Witch is too stupid. I can understand Scarlet Witch, you know, getting some sort of buff, but I don't think it would be a good idea to get Scarlet Witch back to original state. Scarlet Witch and Thor, I think our two champions should not go back to their original state. I think Black Widow can go back to their original state. Nothing wrong with that. The 100% ability accuracy reduction. You know. And I think Doctor Strange can easily be reverted. I think Scarlet Witch and Thor, you know, just need to be kind of like looked at again, so to speak. Because I don't think, you know, it'd be wise to give Thor that much damage and to give Scarlet Witch that much kind of like craziness going on. Yeah, OG Witch back in there was absolutely ridiculous. Hulk does need a revamp, yes. What was Cull nerf? Actually, you know, one could argue that Cull nerf wasn't really a nerf. It was an adjustment, let's say. They made Cull slightly easier to ramp up than he was originally, but they reduced his max damage output quite significantly. So, long story short, Cull was slightly harder to ramp up, but he was able to hit significantly harder than he does now. Drax? Yeah, sure, why not? Drax too. Drax too, why not? Come on. Is this the last set? There are plenty of champions that need buff. I think somebody counted there's at least 60 champions that should get some sort of buff. Like Juggernaut, for instance. An Iron Man. Maulman does not need a buff. Maulman does not need a buff. Don't think Cull needs a change. Well, he used to be different. I'm not saying he has to be changed back. Soldier was really that insane. Oh yeah. let me put it to you like that. OG Thor could do Realm of Legends Winter Soldier as a 4-star in like 6 hits. You had to be very precise with your parry timing, and you had to run only like 1 point in your parry, so the stun duration isn't too long. But if you could get like 5 armor breaks, something like that, you could literally do the Realm of Legends Winter Soldier with a 4-star, like 5 or 6 hits. And now imagine how, you know, with a 6-star, it probably would be 1 hit. With the 6-star, it would probably like 5-6 parries in 1 hit. 6-star rank 3, 6-200, for instance. Yeah, the OG Thor was stupid. OG Thor was literally stupid. It's like, imagine top hella damage just from the very start of the fight. He was insane. I think there are some still clips of 4-star OG Thor. One second. Let me see the damage. Let me check if I can find something. 4-star. Let's see. Months ago. 1 second, 7 months ago, 1 year ago. One second, I'll find something. Alright, let's try and filter it. Mr. Invincible had 9 or 10 hit Thor video. Sure he did. He did. Legends. The 10 hit challenge, there you go. The 10 hit challenge. So this is a 4-star. So this is a 4-star thingy. Yeah? 12.0 4-star. See, the parry is shorter because you're meant to do less. So that is 35k medium with 4 armor breaks. So he's done 4 hits. But yeah, so the point was, even with 2 armor breaks, because each armor break was significantly more potent than it is now, even with 2 armor breaks, you could just basically, you got 2-3 armor breaks, only thing you had to do is a single combo and like a special attack and everything died. Keep in mind, back then, Realm of Legend was the biggest health pool ever. That's before Labyrinth was out. And that's a 4-star. It's a 4-star champion. Check this out. So he hit it on 4 armor breaks. 4 armor breaks and a level 3. That's 300k damage and 100k medium. You wanna watch that again, the bit? It's a 4-star level 3. 300k and 100k crit. It's like no boost, you know, no synergies, no nothing. That's how strong Tori used to be. And again, a 4-star. You know, with a 6-star, it would be like 2 parries and a combo, and everybody's dead. So yeah. Did it all before 12.2 update, Scout Twitch. When for shit came on, man. Oh yeah, Scout Twitch used to be good for Realm Legends, for sure. Okay, let's claim that. Let's claim this. Let's claim this. Look at that, we're getting units too. Let's see how many units we can end up with. Travel back in time. Yes, a little bit. And we a little bit. That was ridiculous. Yes, it was. It was absolutely insane. So let's open some arena crystals. Funny thing is, Dan George just parrying would still be better than the most 6,003. Yes. Absolutely. Okay, and so let's open pack of 10. So you were live and say hello. Well, thank you. Got you on TV in the background, knocking out Story in Ohio. Have a good day all. You caught the back end of the stream. I'm just about to finish up though. I've been streaming for like 2 hours now. But thank you very much, man. Have you have a great day. Right, another 45. That's something. That's something. I think we get another 10. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Another 45. Yes, 5k units. We hit past 5k units. Very happy with that. Reached 5,000 units. Either way, that is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I am not likely streaming this afternoon. Maybe I'll change my mind, but I don't think I will be streaming afternoon because I might want to just take an evening off, but we'll see about that. Either way, you guys are awesome, and I'll see you when I see you. Later.
Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about